back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off. Each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop. Don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Indianapolis Colts. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Brissett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Alert 3. Alert 3. Go. Alert 3.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for Indy. 46 yards.
First down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Here's the 2nd-year back out of NC State, Nyheim Hines. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Mike 5-4. Get in the weight room. Slam, slam. It's free. Motion. Mike 54. Mike 54.
2nd down, Brissett. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. And he fires one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch my squeeze double. Take 4.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Matthews, the intended target. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Hey, watch the ball. Watch the ball. Let's go.
Brissett on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
54. Check, 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 check.
On 2nd down, it's Mack. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
I smell fear in that offense.
Brissett sets to throw it. Complete to Hilton. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
24 is the mic. Yeah.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Check 23.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Paris Campbell, and now it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Too little, rush in, rush in, rush in. 54 is Mike, 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. 54. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And he's got his man Hilton. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A huge play that time for the Colts. 41 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Check safety.
Now a carry from Mack. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Hines. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Watch the out. Watch the out. Watch 98.
Throwing. Brissett. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. Here's Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
Here we go.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. To throw here, Roethlisberger. But it's brought in by Washington. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Like 20. Take both of them. I got you, son. Switch. You go tight.
On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Take 2 of them. Check 99.
Now here's Snell. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Here's Roethlisberger. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Throwing on second and long. Brissett looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
198. 98's the mic.
Here we go. Here we go.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
Here's Brissett. Then he hits his man, Matthews. 21 yards there on third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. Their speed and their route running savvy.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Brissett now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Right there in the middle. 55.
6 man.
They'll throw again. Brissett. Catch made here by Campbell. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Brissett now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
54. Henry. Check. Watch 54. Watch that.
Brissett again.
I'm here all day.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try after the first down sack. Brissett, Campbell making the catch. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's go.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Brissett now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
198. Watch 98. 98. Go. Defense, go. Kill.
Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So that'll back them up 5. After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
Out of the gun, Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. He wants it all for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
25. That's 2 of them. Black 20. Bang, 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 bang. Snickers. Snickers. 50.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. All day, every day.
On 2nd down now. It's Connor, and the 2nd wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where I came from.
Set. White 80. 50.
Pick it up, G. 24 is the mic. You got to get the ball.
These 2.
Let's go. Back.
White 80.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 25-yard line.
You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October 2014. The numbers from that, gosh, video game-like, 522 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 51-34 Steeler win in Pittsburgh. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They're looking for a spark defensively. When he went for that ball, probably thought he had a chance at the pick. Now remember, they had 2 last week in the win, obviously losing here.
Well, you talked about looking for a spark, and the best sparks are when you make big plays for your team, and he had that opportunity there. Couldn't haul it in, but that doesn't mean they're going to back off at all. They figure if they can get one of those takeaways, they can spark their team to a win.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All day. I'm coming after you. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Justin Houston has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brissett. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
on 2nd and 9. Brissett, and he slings one that's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, but now it'll be 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, it's been a lot.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. He was looking for Matthews that time.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They start the drive with Connor. It's the linebacker, Brandon Marshall, there on the tackle.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And the catch made by Johnson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. A give, running right is Mack. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
1st down, Colts.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. That one goes for 24 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. So the ball moves from 138 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10.
action now. Brissett. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Switch gears, switch gears.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Sean Davis with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
At the Colts 20-yard line.
Black 20.
49, check 49, check 49.
Black possession.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Swirl.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. 1st down, and they'll try to run the option left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Brissett. And it's caught. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and goal.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Hey, watch that, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Slants, watch the slants.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
From the 27, Roethlisberger. And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A gain of 3, second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They run again with Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
They'll try to run with Hines. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I'm coming. Check 24. Check 24.
On third down, Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
At the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Middle.
I got him on me.
Hey.
26 Mike. Yeah. You don't want none.
No spacing.
26 Mike. 26 Mike.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
22.
26 Mike.
I got you. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby.
Relax, what's that?
Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
26, quarter.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
Check hot route.
Now it's Roethlisberger.
Switch.
Flush to his right. Complete. It's Johnson. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases.
Kill.
Hey, move.
Brissett. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Matthews the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
3 down. Here I come. I'm coming after you, 25. I'm coming after you, 25. Here I come. No. Off. Check three.
Brissett looks to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. But Charles, a 1-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that 1-score game. We all knew what was coming. The Hail Mary, they just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So for Pittsburgh, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to